In July 1967, the Soviet Union revealed a shadow in the sky that sent shockwaves through the Western world. It appeared to be a new superfighter, a machine so advanced that it set off immediate alarm bells in the Pentagon. Military planners realized a terrifying truth. The United States had absolutely nothing in its inventory that could stop it. Intelligence suggested it carried long-range missiles and could fly at 3 times the speed of sound, faster than anything in the sky. With the superpowers locked in a struggle for air superiority, it looked like the Soviets were finally winning the game. Faced with the prospect of being slaughtered in the skies, America responded by engineering the greatest fighter jet in history. But to create this legend, the U.S. Air Force first had to unlearn everything they thought they knew about modern warfare. In the Korean War, battles were fought up close. Light, agile jets squared off in fierce, swirling dogfights. But by the mid-1950s, generals believed new technology had made dogfighting completely obsolete.
The message is clear. Doctrine. Missiles only.
Powerful new radars and guided missiles convinced planners that future battles would be fought from miles away. This belief birthed the F-4 Phantom. It was no longer agile. It was a heavy, fast truck designed to carry missiles, not to turn. It relied so heavily on technology that engineers didn't even bother to put a gun on it, a mistake they would soon regret. In the skies over Vietnam, the Air Force's missile-only theory was put to the test, and it fell apart completely. Identification systems failed, forcing pilots to get close. And up close, the Phantom's guided missiles were hopelessly inaccurate. Designed for large bombers, the missiles couldn't hit turning jets. Initially, only 14% of them ever hit their target. When the missiles missed, pilots were defenseless. The agile Soviet MiGs lured the heavy Phantoms into close quarters and tore them apart. The Phantom's smoky engines made them easy to spot, and American pilots were being downed at alarming rates.
Control copies. Thermal lock confirmed. Range decreasing. He's pushing transonic instead.
The Air Force scrambled to add external guns. These were just stopgap solutions. The age of dogfighting was far from over. They needed a clean slate, a dedicated air superiority fighter. And they had to move fast, because the Soviets had just raised the stakes. In 1967, the Soviets unveiled the MiG-25. It looked nothing like the small MiGs in Vietnam. It looked like a monster. With massive wings and twin tails, intelligence experts suspected it was built for extreme maneuverability using advanced lightweight materials. A few months later, the Soviet fighter went on a record-setting spree, smashing world speed and altitude records one by one.
The Foxbat shatters every aviation limit.
The U.S. Air Force was terrified. In 1969, they awarded a contract to McDonnell Douglas to build the ultimate counterweapon. Using a groundbreaking concept called energy maneuverability, the design was the product of 2.5 million man-hours of effort. The result was the F-15 Eagle, designed from the ground up for total tactical dominance in any airspace. 2 massive afterburning turbofans unleashed nearly 50,000 pounds of thrust, enough power to accelerate while flying straight up. With a top speed over Mach 2.5, the F-15 would become the fastest fighter jet ever produced by the United States.
Shattering the barriers of physics.
Computerized air intakes adjusted automatically to ensure optimal airflow, allowing the jet to turn hard without losing power. Engineers mounted the cockpit high on the fuselage, giving the pilot a commanding 360-degree view of the battlefield.
360 degrees of dominance.
It carried 8 missiles for long-range combat. This time, they didn't forget the close-range weapon. A 20mm Gatling gun was built internally, capable of dishing out 6,000 rounds a minute for close-quarter dogfights. The first prototype flew in 1972. It was immediately put through a brutal testing program against the best jets the U.S. had. Up against the heavy F-4 Phantom, the F-15 looked like it was from another planet, easily making quick work of the older jet. In nearly every engagement, whether beyond visual range or in a night fight, the F-15 commanded an overwhelming advantage. To silence the Soviets, the Air Force stripped an F-15 of its paint and radar to create the Streak Eagle. In the cold air of North Dakota, it rocketed from a dead stop to 30 kilometers high, shattering the MiG-25's records by 25%. By 1976, AF-15S were deployed to West Germany. It seemed only a matter of time before the Eagle faced the Foxbat. But then, the unexpected happened. A Soviet pilot named Viktor Belenko decided to escape the Iron Curtain. He flew his top-secret MiG-25 to a civilian airport in Japan. For the first time, the West could touch the monster. What they found shocked them. The advanced fighter wasn't made of futuristic titanium. It was made of heavy steel. Its electronics relied on outdated vacuum tubes. The massive wings weren't for agility. They were just to keep the heavy brick airborne. The terrifying MiG-25 was actually a clumsy truck. It was limited to just 4.5 Gs. If it turned any harder, the wings would rip off. It was purely a high-altitude interceptor, built to fly straight and fast. It stood absolutely no chance in a dogfight with an F-15. The Soviets had bluffed, but their bluff had backfired spectacularly. The fear of the MiG-25 had forced America to build a real super fighter. The F-15 scored its first kills in 1979 with the Israeli Air Force, clearing the skies of MiGs as a matter of routine. Over the decades, the Eagle would win air battle after air battle. From the Middle East to the Balkans, nothing could touch it. Today, the F-15 holds a combat record unmatched by any fighter in history. 104 confirmed victories, 0 defeats. Originally just an air-to-air fighter, it was so powerful it evolved into a formidable ground attack aircraft as well. In 1991, the two icons finally met over Baghdad. The MiG-25 tried to ambush the Eagles, but the outcome was inevitable. Nearly 50 years later, the F-15 remains vital. The new F-15EX proves that this 1970s design is still a king of the skies. It is a testament to what happens when American engineering is pushed to the limit by fear. The Soviets wanted to scare the world with a ghost story. Instead, they accidentally created a legend that still rules the skies.
This is The Merge, where power meets intelligence. Subscribe now and join the mission.